My name is Scheer. I'm a winemaker here at Red Car Wine Company in Sebastopol. We're coming off the heels of what's been the better part of 2 weeks of some extremely rainy conditions. We finally got some sunshine outside, so perfect time to talk about some rosé. Couldn't really be much more excited about the 2018 vintage as a whole. It was a very unique vintage for us for a number of reasons. First and foremost, we had an incredibly cool and conversely long, elongated growing season. The month of August for us, we had the better part of three and a half weeks where we rarely topped 70 degrees. So, whereas typically we would find ourselves picking rosé or fruit for rosé, that is, in the center portion of August. I actually did not begin picking rosé until the second week of September. So everything is produced in a very traditional vinegary style. So the moment that we accept and fruit arrives, otherwise into the winery, it's whole cluster pressed. So we're separating the juice from the skins immediately. And there are two things that are ever added to this wine, one of which is sulfur dioxide, of which is in very minimal quantities. Outside of that, we do a little fining with this with some bentonite, which is a pure sodium-based bentonite, pure clay in other words, in very minimal quantities, but this wine is nonetheless completely vegan and vegetarian in its own right. No other additives of any form or fashion ever see this wine. In the palate, we find all of those bright, expressive fruit flavors to translate from the nose to the palate. I think that this year's acid profile will be a little bit more profound and recognizable than the 2017 vintage, which as a whole was a much warmer vintage. So we find the fruit to be more offering and more generous in the 2017 vintage, whereas this fruit is going to be a bit more tightly wound and a little more compacted, but it couples with the acid profile very well, and this will be a wine that is extremely food friendly. So when can you guys get your hands on some of this juice that I've got here in my glass? March 16th. We are going to have food, we're going to have live music, and plenty of cold rosé. So I invite each and every one of you to come down, hang out with us, have some cold 2018 Rosé of Pinot Noir with us here, and come share the experience with us. There's so very much that goes into making any wine, but in particular making a wine like this. It's very near and dear to my heart. It's something that I care a tremendous amount about, and so I invite you to come down and share that experience with us as we release this rosé to everybody really for the first time. So please come on down. Don't be strangers. Again, my name is Tanner, and I look forward to the opportunity to meet as many of you as I possibly can.